just some basic definitions that we have come up with our network of affiliates. On the left, digital equity is what I like to think of as the goal. Digital equity is what we want program participants in the Digital Navigator program to get to. We want program participants to be able to participate fully in society, democracy, and the economy. What does that mean in practice? Well, last March when COVID hit, the reliance of having access to the internet and having affordable devices and having training, if necessary, was that gap was really widened when historically underserved communities now had another huge barrier to deal with. So on the right side, that definition for digital inclusion, that's the how. How do we get community members? How do we get program participants? How do we get library patrons to a place of digital equity? It involves that combination of broadband devices, training, tech support, and applications. In COVID, that third and fourth bullet point for digital literacy and tech support has really come to the fore as the way that Digital Navigators program is reaching program participants and community members where they are. This idea of a Zoom call or maybe an over the phone call, tech support to help a community member get to what they need. It's become really important, and there's been a lot of learning about how to do that best. So on the next slide, we sort of break down this analogy even further. NDIA and our affiliates, we like to use the analogy of a three-legged stool to describe our work as digital inclusion practitioners and advocates. Those three legs broken down into broadband devices and trainings. Broadband is a question of availability versus adoption. Just because there are wires in the ground, there's still the question of who isn't able to access that internet. Affordability is a huge barrier to getting broadband in homes. As far as affordable devices go, there's a network of local and national computer refurbishers, hotspot lenders that represent that affordable devices leg of the stool. But then there's also what I would call the more elusive third leg of the stool. That's the training on how to use these devices and the internet. I would say this represents the human component of digital equity work. In other words, it's nice to get someone signed up for home broadband service. It's nice to make sure that they have a Chromebook, but we need to have that extra guidance, that extra push that comes from a digital navigator to make sure that a program participant or community member, a patron, knows how to get to the resources that they need online. These three legs of the stool, broadband devices and trainings, traditionally a place like a public library has checked all three of these boxes. A public library has the public computer center, they have internet in-house, and of course they have staff trained to help community members get to what they need. The Salt Lake City Digital Navigators program has all three of these elements. It contains all three legs of those stools.